received anything back from you in writing regarding recording this. Are you okay with me recording this session, or you don't want me to record this session?
You can record the session.
Okay, and I'll make sure that I'll send you a link so that you can also grab it. So it'll be coming from Dropbox, okay? An email from Dropbox. So just make sure you're on the lookout for that, because I want to make sure that you're able to get it, okay? So, Rahavee, were you able to review the session prep video?
I did, yes.
Wonderful. So you know about the 10-minute rule, and then you know how the spirit world speaks to me and how to receive the information. So there's just one more thing to get out of the way, and then we can just get going. And do you want to know everything, or do you want me to edit information? Like, is there anything you don't want to know about? No, you're like, just give it to me?
Yeah, just give it to me.
Let's do it. Okay. So what I need to do is I need to connect to your heart, which is your energy, which is your source of truth, and it's your electromagnetic field that comes from the heart. So do me a favor. We're both going to do this together. We're going to put both of our hands on our heart, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Okay. Okay, after you've taken that last breath there, go ahead and say your first name only out loud 3 times, please.
Rahavee, Rahavee, Rahavee.
Okay, thank you, Rahavee. Okay, thank you. I'm going to do my best not to butcher your name, Rahavee. How can I help you?
So I am graduating this December.
Congratulations.
And I've been looking for jobs, and I currently have one offer.
Okay.
And I'm kind of looking to take that offer because that's my best so far. And the pandemic, there are not many opportunities.
Sure.
But during the interview, I wasn't really connecting with the people. And I don't know if this is the right thing for me, or I should keep looking, or should I not take this offer? I'm kind of in a pickle right now.
Sure. No, that's totally understandable. So just so you know, I don't tell people what to do. So I'm not going to say take this job or don't take this job. What I'll look into, what are the potentials and possibilities if you do take this job, like what could happen, and you'll have to make your own choice and your own decision. Okay. And I'll be tapping into your energy just to kind of see, well, like, you know, what goes on and all of that. What did you study in school?
Computer science.
I was going to say, God, I hope it's something analytical, because you have a very analytical brain that likes to decipher and problem solve. So, okay, I'm about to say something, and again, you make your own choices, your own decisions. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but this is coming up. And this is a completely and totally different field than what you studied, unless you use your skills in this field. Because what started coming up for me was like, and I don't know how you feel about this. Again, you know, I can only give you the information. If it doesn't feel right, you don't take anything that I say if it doesn't feel right to you. But I feel you could be using your skills and your talents in like law enforcement. And when I say law enforcement, I don't know where in the world you live, but if it's not in the US, just think similar to sort of like the FBI. Okay, so when that comes up for me, that's what I get in connection to like using your skills. Like helping homicides, helping just all of those things, but there's a connection to, and again, it's just like the FBI, CIA, something like that. Obviously that wasn't in the field of your study per se, but your talents and skills, I feel like in connection with you and who you are as a person and just the way your brain works and what would feed your soul. Again, I could totally be wrong, So that might be something, maybe it's a prediction that at some point in the future, you might end up in that direction, get steered in that direction too. If it isn't, just sort of take the information, put it in the back of your head, and maybe at some point you might review it or not, in the future, and see how it feels to you. But that's the first thing that's coming up in terms of like what you could be doing by taking with your skills, talents, and abilities. Because again, you have a really good analytical mind and a very good mind to problem solve. Okay. So, just to share that with you. So what is the name of I don't know that you want to necessarily say the name of the company. What kind of company are you working for, or not working for, but have this offer from?
So it is IV Technologies, and they build software for the trash hauling industry.
Trash hauling industry. Okay. All right, let me take a look into this for you, because I almost feel like you're really right on track with your intuition, where you're like, I'm not sure. However, one of the things you might want to find out, if the people you interviewed with would be your direct reports. Do you know this already?
Yeah, one of the person I interviewed with is going to be the direct supervisor.
Yeah, okay. That's the one that kind of like that's where I feel like, because you didn't connect and resonate with the people, that's where I get kind of a slight alert. The how big the alert doesn't matter, it's an alert. Because I was gonna say, it feels like you could be, and look, I'm not the end all be all. And I'm just looking in terms of like enjoyment, right? And resonation with the company, or let's just say something that would make you stay long term. Maybe that's a better way for me to say it. It feels like if you hadn't met yet the people that you were interviewing with, and you were working with others, that it might be a better option for you, but you already have, and that's where that concerns me. But I'm going to pull some cards on this, because I want more clarity. I'm not getting a full no that you shouldn't do this. Again, you have to make your own decision and your own choice. But I really feel like you're right on track with your intuition in terms of it not necessarily being a good fit. But we also have circumstances, and this, I feel like this would be temporary for you if you would take this. I don't feel like you're going to like the industry. I just don't feel like you're going to like the people. I just feel like you really aren't going to like this. Like, even to the point that what you do, you don't enjoy. And normally it's something I feel like you enjoy, really analyzing and doing all of that. So let me just take a look into this. Yeah. Okay. Again, I can't make this decision for you. Okay. I can't tell you what to do. But here's what I can say. I don't think that this company is on the up and up. And what I mean by that is, like, they could be doing some shady shit. Or there could be someone in the company that's not honest or whatever. So just in terms of the integrity of the company, I don't, you come across to me as somebody who has integrity. Okay. And I don't necessarily know that the fact that there's shady stuff, and again, you don't necessarily know about it because it's shady. And I don't know about it, but it's something is going on, that there's sneakiness, or just not everything is transparent. It even could be that you're being told the job would be a certain way, and it actually ends up being a different way. So there's something sneaky, something not very honest at play. Now, if there's still more interviewing processes that you have to go through, because a lot of times companies, you'll have to interview, you have to go through a process. If you still have more of a process to go to, my suggestion to you would be to go in with your eyes wide open, instead of from a mentality or a perspective of pick me, I want this job, I need this job. Go in there and say, I want to see if this job is good for me. If you do that and you come from that perspective, and there's still more of the process that you have to go through, then you will be able to see what this shadiness kind of is, or what this like not realness is.
I already had an offer, so
You already had
they
the
already.
offer.
Yeah.
Well, look, you know, again, it's energetically, I'm not feeling like you shouldn't not take it or you should take it. I'm just telling you like the information that I'm getting,
Okay.
and you have to be the one to make that choice. Here's what I said. Here's the other thing that's coming up. I don't know. I don't think you're going to be comfortable with this, but again, I don't sugarcoat. I don't bullshit. Everything that I give you is for like your best intention, so you can carve out and create the best reality for yourself. I will say that it doesn't feel like, if you choose not to take this offer, that it does feel like there will not be another offer for a while. So there will be like this period of like nothing's going on. So you have to feel, how comfortable would you feel with that? Now, on the other hand, what is coming up is, if you do take this job, let's say you take this position, your mentality, with every fiber of your being, there can't be any second guessing, any self-doubt that you're going in there until something else comes up. So in other words, this is not the end of the road. Like, this is not where you're going to stay forever, because I can tell you what it feels like is, if you take this position, you are not going to be happy.
Okay.
But I also understand from the human perspective, physical 3D world, that you've got bills that you want to pay. You don't want to feel like you're out of work, you know, all of those things. I understand that, which is why I want to give you like a survival tool, because you will be in survival mode, not in thrival mode. So, and it could take a long time before you find something else.
Okay.
So if you take this position, I have no doubt in my mind you will be unhappy. So really the question is like, do you want to take something that you would be unhappy about? And the only reason why I'm saying that to you is because you haven't even started working there, and it's already come up, and you've already started a taste of what's to come, and it hasn't even come yet. And there's something shady going on. And it could just be, it literally could be, they made you this really great offer, and then when you get there, it's nothing like it. But, you know, I also want you to know that you have the power to leave too. You know, so if you go, if you take this position, you're like, I'm so miserable, you can leave. But my fear with you is that you're going to feel trapped there, because it's more important for you to have the survival versus feeling good. That's where, and I feel like that's your conditioning and that's your pattern, because that's what you were taught, and you have to make other people happy. So you're not just doing this for yourself, you're doing this for approval for someone else. It could just be your parents, it could be whatever. That's where I feel like, you know, you're kind of in this like tough spot, you know, and, you know, I feel like your intuition is speaking very loudly to you. So it's just a matter of, are you going to listen to it or not listen to it? And then if you choose to listen to it, how are you going to be able to maintain yourself emotionally, mentally, and physically, and spiritually healthfully? Because I do feel like all of those will be at risk. So it's really up to you for how you want to go ahead and, you know, move forward with this. But that's the information that I am getting. The only thing is this sneaky thing that is just really like pushing and pulling on my heartstrings. So that's what I'm like really mostly worried about for you. So that's the information with that. Is there anything else you want me to look into? Or do you have any other questions, or what else can I help you with?
This was the main question that I wanted to ask you, because I'm kind of in like a situation where I need a job.
Yeah.
I need some sort of job.
Sure.
This is the only one that I'm having, so it's a pandemic and there are not many companies hiring, so
yeah, I already know yeah, I already know what you're going to do, and do not judge yourself.
Okay.
Do not judge yourself. You're going to have a hard time. I mean, I can't show, that's the information that I'm getting, and I want you to know that. That's why I want you to go into this, because I really do feel like you're going to take it, and you need to do whatever you need to do, like no judgment, no nothing. But where my concern is for you is in two areas. One, I don't know what this shady thing is going to be, and you don't know just yet. That will be, you will know about it. You will learn about it. Yeah. Oh yeah. It'll be revealed in like 2021 or whatever. I don't know. You will know about it. And then I just feel like there's this potential of you just being so unhappy there, that the other areas of your life that, like, they just don't, like, you're going to work every morning feeling like you have to, because you got bills to pay or whatever. So that's why I want you to be able to, and look, I could want as much as I want, right, for you on your behalf. You're the one that actually has to do it. But I want you to be able to at least have the strength and be in your power 100%. No second guessing, no self-doubt, knowing you're doing this in spite of how you feel, in spite of everything, and you continue looking for a job. Okay, you don't give up just because of this, and that you're like, this is temporary, this is not forever, and you just really are really strong with yourself and continuously telling yourself, this is not who I am, this is not my life, this is not who I am, this is not my life, right? The problem is it's hard for you to create the reality that you want, everything that you could possibly want, when you're feeling the way I anticipate you feel. So that's where it's like, okay, well, is money more important, or is, my physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual health? Because this will be a lesson for you. You will, come in contact with that. But, if this is the experience that you have to have, this is the experience that you have to have, and if you need to do this, then you do this. So that's why I'm like, just really fully take it on. If you're going to do this, take it on. Like, no second guessing. Why did I do this? Because you're so clear that this is temporary, and that I'm still looking for another job, and I know that there's something else out there. Okay, so that would be, the best guidance energetically from what I'm picking up from you, and in terms of how to maneuver that and how to navigate that. I would for sure, if you don't meditate, I would start meditating right now. And in order to get through that process, you're going to have to meditate every single day to get through, because the meditation clears your mind. And you're going to be so up here that you're not going to be able to get to your truth, your own, so that's going to be like your main tool. Okay. So you're really going to need that, and you cannot, it's almost going to be like your medicine, like a prescription, like a daily prescription, and you can't not take a day of your medicine, so, and just, if somebody comes up to you or whatever, because again, I don't know what this shady thing is. I hope it's not the company, I hope it's like one person in the company and not the company, but if you feel somebody's asking you to do something and it doesn't feel right, I wouldn't do it. You do what you need to do, but I wouldn't, because there's some shady shit going on. Something's not right. And you don't want to be part of that. You don't want to be part of that. Your only job is to go, do your work, collect your paycheck, and go home. Right? So yeah, that's what I would do. That's how I would go about that. So, and I get it, I mean, it's just the times that we're in, but I will tell you, you will not be there forever. And I got to tell you, I keep coming back to, that might be something that, this law enforcement thing or something in the future, there may be something to it. So, just kind of have that in the back of your head. You don't have to act on it right now. You know, you just never know. Or you might, who knows, like as you move through, you know, your growth process in terms of your career, you might end up meeting somebody from the CIA who's like, we need your skills, come over. You know what I'm saying? So there's something about that.
Okay.
Or maybe even being like an expert witness for cases, you know, with your specialty in computer science or whatever it is. There's something to this. Yeah, I like that for you. That to me, like when I feel you in that, I feel like you're just so much like you have a sense of freedom. That's what it feels like. You're just like, this feels good. So that's good. Yeah.
So my boyfriend's family invited me to stay with them while I work at this company. They're just like, yeah, move in with us and live. I don't know if that's right, or if I would be an inconvenience for them, or would it strain a relationship? I don't know.
Does your boyfriend live with them?
Yeah, he's in college.
Oh, okay, so he lives with them. You know, it's very interesting because initially I don't think it's a bad idea with the parents. But knowing he lives with them, that's where it feels like, because I feel like you're going to need space or moments of space away from your boyfriend to collect yourself. And that's because the job is going to be so taxing on you mentally and emotionally. So I feel like you're going to need space. And I like your boyfriend. What's his first name?
Alex Cardosi.
Alex. Yeah, I like Alex. I think he really likes you. And he likes to spend time with you. And I just feel like he's going to want to spend more time with you, but you're going to be so tired and exhausted and drained that you're going to need to have some space so that you can regenerate and recuperate, so that when you come back to him, you know, you're more enlivened, you have more energy. So that's the only reason why I would say not to. If he didn't live with them, I would say it's okay. So it's more about the boyfriend than it is the boyfriend's parents, your boyfriend's parents.
Okay.
I feel like genuinely they wouldn't mind having you there. But I just don't feel like you're going to really have a lot of your own space if you're there because of Alex. You know, it's like one of those things. I mean, he just really likes you and he loves you. So it's like, I just want to be with her. But you're going to be like, I need space. That's what I feel like. So that's the only reason why. Is because he would be there. Now, you can't tell him to move out so you can move in. You can't do that, you know. But I mean, if you, again, like with you, Rahavee, I mean, if you can get into a mindset and like really live in it and have no second guessing or no doubts about it, and you're like, I can do this, then you can, you know, then you can do it, you know. But I got to tell you, on both of these subjects, you're already answering your own questions. It's like, you know what you really should be doing. Whether you will or won't, it's a whole other thing. So really, you know, the thing that I want to pose back to you in all of this is like, why are you not listening to yourself? And you don't have to answer this. You don't have to answer this right now. But there's something about you not listening to your own self. And sometimes when we don't listen to ourselves, we get ourselves in trouble. So, but you're strong. So like, no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. Okay. So you'll be okay. Yeah, you will be fine. I just, you know, I think you're going to need some space with everything that's going to be going on, you know, and that's not unreasonable. It's so not unreasonable. I like you guys together. I really do. How long have you guys been together? It feels like a while.
A year and a half. Yeah, more than a year and a half.
Yeah. It feels good. It feels stable.
Oh, I would like to ask one more question.
Yeah.
Would you think my grandparents would be accepting of us? Because they are more traditional. This is an interracial relationship.
Your grandparents are very well set in their ways.
Mm-hmm.
With them, it would be a time factor. So, in other words, like if you ended up marrying him, let's say, at first, I don't think that it doesn't feel like they would be accepting of him at first. But I feel like with some time, but see, your grandparents are not rude. So it's not,
No.
it would be more behind the scenes versus in front of Alex. So it's not like they would be rude to Alex. I don't feel that. I don't feel like they would be rude to Alex. And I don't, when you brought Alex to events or whatever, I don't feel like they would ban him. I could be wrong, but I don't feel like they would ban him. But everything would be behind the scenes, and they sure would tell you that they're not happy. But I do feel like with time that would ease off. And once they saw that you guys were a cohesive unit, that the differences are not really differences, like you're happy, he's happy, whatever, with time they would ease off. It's just a mentality. It's how they were raised, and they're stubborn and they're not going to drop it. That's what it feels like, but over time, I think you would be okay. Yeah. What's your culture and your history?
I'm from India.
India. I've been to India. I love it. I can't wait to go back. I love it there. Yeah. Well, I would love to come to your wedding if you do marry him, because an Indian wedding is fan-freaking-tastic. But yeah. I think a lot of what's going on with you is, you don't want to let your family down.
Yeah, I love them. You don't let them down.
You don't want to let them down. I get it. I understand. Yeah. So at some point, though, which is lovely, you will get to a point where you're like, thanks, mom and dad. Thank you, grandparents. But I'm going to try this. See, you're really intelligent, and you have a beautiful heart. You're really smart. So sometimes I feel like you can get yourself stuck in situations where you're like, this is really what I want to do because my heart is saying, but then they're saying it and I don't want to let them down. So you'll kind of like default more to like what they want. But it's part of experiencing your human experience here. So there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken, nothing like that. You just have some of these hard challenges. And your intuition, I think you have a fabulous intuition. I really think you do. And I think you can trust it. So whether you do or don't, again, it's up to you. But just know at the very bottom, like in the big picture of things, everything will always work out for you. It's just the journey. It's like, how are you going to get from point A to point B? So you're going to be fine. You're going to be okay. Absolutely, you'll be okay. And you're smart. So the good news is like you can take the skill with you anywhere. You can do it in any field,
Mm-hmm.
So don't be afraid to set boundaries at this job. If you take this job, don't be afraid to set that's coming through. Set boundaries. Okay. Don't be afraid. They are not your parents. So don't be afraid to set boundaries. Okay. They're paying you to do a job. They need you because you have a skill that they need and that you can fulfill. And I bet you they're getting you cheaper than they could be somebody else. So you're actually doing them a good job, like a favor. So don't feel like you can't say no, or like, or if it's not a no, it's like, yes, I'll get it to you, but I'm going to get it to you when I'm done with this project. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let them bully you around. Okay. Because you have a lot to offer and they know it. I feel like they know it. I feel like, and maybe this is the shady thing, I feel like they know they're getting you at like a deal, or there's something, that could, maybe that's the shady thing, is that they could be paying you more. It could be that. But that's why you set boundaries, and you're not going to be there forever anyways. It's temporary. It's just to give you two things. One, some income now during a freaking pandemic, and the other thing is you start your resume. You're starting your journey. You're not going to be there forever. So those are the gifts that it's giving you, but you have a lot more to offer, and you're giving them a lot more. So just remember, please, please, please remember, They are not your parents, so you can set boundaries with them. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to send you a link to this session so you'll be able to go back and listen to it. Maybe listen to it like 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, whatever. You'll hear it differently than you are right now because you're
Okay.
trying to place all this information. All right, my dear? All
Okay,
right.
thank
I hope you
you.
have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.